inside the 10.
Get back,
Here
guys.
it is. The season's on the line. Two receivers left and right. McCown takes the snap. He steps up. He's all by himself. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown!
Every week.
If nothing else, we're consistent. Yo, welcome to the Bush League Sports Show. We are the best B-rated sports show live on Facebook and YouTube. Every Monday night at 8:45. We're running a little bit late tonight because school has started. That's not what it's being blamed on. Some of us were late because school has started and school started. So regardless, I'm here in Studio 725 with,
Nice.
Like I started to make an excuse, but I'm like, I'm not going to make an excuse. It's just,
But I'm going to use this excuse.
but then I'm like, well, no. So I apologize that we're late tonight on the show. My bad. Regardless, I'm here with Dr. Moonshine Graham, the owner of Victory Sports Rehab in Flower Mound. For all your sprains, strains, and injury, the winning treatment will get you back on the field quick. Also here with Stat Guy, wearing the Arizona Cardinal hat and the OU shirt. Why? Because he's from Arizona and he likes the Cardinals, and somebody he knows attended OU. Regardless, Produce is over there producing the show, wearing once again the Deep Scent hat and a T-shirt that has, I thought it was a
toilet.
cactus on it. That's
It's
a cactus.
A cactus and a little sombrero boy.
They say that you definitely don't want to pee on a cactus because that would be bad. Lucas Biggs, what's up, buddy? Like, I meant like sitting on the cactus, not peeing, because most of us don't sit down to pee that are male. Just saying.
Cool.
Not
Very nice.
I don't know.
Good content.
This is a quality show tonight, so we're going to cover appropriate urination positions on cactuses.
Cacti.
On cacti. So if you're ever in Arizona in the desert next to a cacti and you need to pee, which that would be like make sure you take enough water. Can't you cut a cacti and get liquid out of it if you are only certain ones?
If it's got enough moisture in it.
Okay. Well, I don't know. I've never done that, so saw it on a show one time and thought maybe that was normal.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Remember that show Survivor Man?
I remember Bear Grylls.
That was what was his
Man
show
vs.
called?
Wild.
That was Man vs. Wild, yeah.
Okay.
Then there was Survivor Man where he would like recreate a like disaster situation.
He could like make tornadoes.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, it
he
was
actually
wild.
manipulated weather. Like it was weird.
Yeah.
Okay, that's odd. Whatever. Anyways, Pepper's gone because he's still playing volleyball.
I think he is a volleyball at this point.
Season 2, the playoffs were last week, and apparently a new season started tonight. From what we heard on the text thread. So we thought he was back, but we were wrong. So it'll be another few months before you see the bearded man next to the bearded man on the show. So, yeah. There he is.
In spirit.
Over there. All right. Anyways, the whole point of the show is for you as a fan to be able to talk about sports and participate in the conversation about the hot topics of the week, of the month, of what's happening. Football is starting, which means everybody has an opinion on everything. So there ought to be a lot of texting today because preseason week 2 was this last week, and we all know how all of us anticipate and then watch every single moment of preseason because it's absolutely amazingly awful. Every year. It never lets us down to suck. So, anyways, Produce, you want to give us the fun down rundown?
Yeah, I would love to give us the fun down rundown.
That was a great transition to blue there.
Thank you.
Welcome.
So we got 17 days till kickoff NFL. Kickoff of the NFL. AB is still mad. Talking about Zeke who? Murray is struggling. And MLB information. I don't know why I said information and not news. It's still going on. That's a headline right there. Harper's hitting Wogs. I'm not sure what
Wogs.
LLWS is, and then we got a sod poodle update.
LLWS?
Yeah,
Little League World Series.
Oh. Did you
I didn't know that was.
abbreviate it?
I didn't know
Yeah.
that was MLB. Huh?
Yeah,
Well,
it's Major League Baseball Little League.
Neither is sod poodles.
Correct.
Oh yeah, that is. a
Well,
good
no,
point.
it is. It's MILB.
I
But they're still paid, and they're a part of the Major League Baseball Association, right?
ish.
In NBA
Ish.
news, the Rockets GM is comparing Harden to Jordan, and then rookies are voting against Zion for best season.
Nice. Hey, let's do a little bit of jump around work tonight, and let's hit the NBA first. Can you go to the last slide?
Yes.
We are starting a new segment on the show that we'll have each week. It's called Hey Idiot, that Dr. Moonshine will be driving because his quote of the year is, Hey Idiot.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I thought you were going to do it, and then I was like, oh, maybe he's not doing
You
it.
gave me like half a second.
So
Half second
his
too long.
quote
Should be
of the
ready for
year
it.
that he's well known for is...
Hey, idiot.
There it is.
There. I jumped on that one.
Okay,
A lot
that's
quicker.
quick. That's which is fair. I think you should have. So that's how it is. So, hey, idiot, to the GM of the Rockets for comparing James Harden to Michael Jordan.
I thought I was leading this.
That was the setup.
Oh.
I see what happened. It's like if we were playing golf and we drove up to the tee box. I would have gotten out first, gone to your bag, unzipped it, pulled a new golf ball out, got the tee out of the sliver, walked onto the tee box while you took a sip of your beer and ate a Skittle. I would then set the ball on the tee and lightly arrange it how you liked it, as you would have told me before, maybe shined it with a little towel, checked it, inspected it, and said, you're all clear to go, Dr. Moonshine.
Except in this example, that means I'm about to do this terribly.
Yes, because
Like I play golf.
you suck at golf.
I don't know anybody who could be so well equipped to be good at golf and be so bad at golf at the same time.
The fact that do we have poop tonight?
No,
I
it's
haven't. Oh.
Is
Oh.
just we're just zooming on
Oh,
Ace?
I see.
Just
I
Ace.
was like,
Okay.
were we supposed to have Ryan here? No,
I
just
meant
Ace.
poop the camera.
Deuce.
Yes. So if you don't know the camera names, this is Ace. Deuce is all over there. Sometimes we call him Poop. He's broken right now. He actually is Poop. And then Blue is the one that shoots on produce. Yeah. And then there was camera. We had a fourth camera at one
Trey.
point.
Right? Or was
Yeah,
it Trace?
it was Trace. Yeah. So we had Trace. We're still toying with the name. He's actually not on right now because Pepper's gone. So Trace comes with Pepper.
Today,
Whatever.
Deuce is Ace.
So Deuce is playing. Wait, Ace is playing Deuce.
no.
No,
Ace
no.
Ace is gone.
Ace is gone. Deuce is playing Ace, and then Trey is playing Poop.
That's okay. But Blue is normal.
Blue is normal.
Okay, so
How
yeah.
you doing?
Okay, quick, good. Back to our Hey Idiot segment.
Speaking of idiots.
The ball's been set up, and even though you have teed off before and it went backwards, go ahead and take a swing.
Shouldn't be physically possible, but I did it.
I
Hey-
watched it.
All right. Put the camera on me. Hey, idiot. So the Rockets GM this week was on a podcast, some unknown podcast, because who listens to NBA podcasts? Probably fans, but not one of them.
Not us.
However, there was a piece that came from it where the GM was talking about Harden's ability to score. And Harden has been very good at scoring, so much so he doesn't even pass anybody else. That's how good he is, because he basically decided he's the entire team.
Why would you?
Yeah. If you're that good, it shows how far you get in the playoffs. Oh, wait. So the GM was talking about how good Harden is at scoring and said that it is factual that Harden is a better scorer than Michael Jordan.
That's funny.
Hey, idiot. Little known fact. Harden has won 2 scoring titles.
2.
You know how many Jordan won? 10.
I almost put up 8.
Do you know how many do you know how many championships Michael Jordan won? 6. Do you know how many championships Harden has won?
No.
Okay. So I'm going to pose the question to the group here. So Harden has won MVP because he was really good. He scored a lot of points. His team bombed in playoffs.
And his team didn't.
What would you rather do? Be a really good player on a bad team and win the MVP, or win a championship?
What year?
And what shoes am I wearing?
You're giving me a hypothetical. I'm asking some details before I answer. I want to make sure I've thought this through thoroughly.
It's 2019.
Okay, what shoes am I wearing?
Probably some sweet Jordans.
Championship.
It's that guy.
What shoes am I wearing?
Flip flops.
Nice. Is my mic on?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, it's just turned down because
Okay,
you yell.
because I'm loud.
Yeah.
Yes.
Championship.
Produce.
Here we go. Here we go. Now it's gonna get sporty.
Here, let me
What
just
shoes is he
preface.
wearing?
I didn't hear the question because I was setting up a new camera thing. So just to prove that I actually did it, can I get a hey idiot real quick?
Hey, idiot. There it is.
No, a little bit more dramatic.
Oh,
Hey, idiot.
I see what you
there we
did.
go. Yeah.
I don't see it. What happened?
Let's do it again.
Let's get it one more time.
Yeah, go.
Hey, idiot.
That's legit. How do you do that? So stinking good at this job.
It's called movie magic.
If we got paid for this,
Why do you think they call me Hollywood?
we call you produce.
We call you Hollywood?
Well, I mean, they call me Hollywood.
Apparently, we do now.
No, not y'all. Why do you think they call me Hollywood?
I don't know.
Why
do they call you Hollywood?
Because I
Hollywood?
got the movie magic, baby.
If we mash the two words together, he could be Hollywood Deuce.
Holly Deuce.
All right.
I like it.
Sorry. I regret that
Pro
joke.
wood.
I'm just gonna leave the camera on you so you feel uncomfortable.
Here,
Hey-
I'm gonna direct
hey,
this to me. Hey, idiot.
Next time you tell a joke, make sure it's a funny one. Because
Slam.
that was a swing and a miss.
Just like my golf game.
So, it is ridiculous that I don't even know the Rockets GM's name
Oh, I got you.
to begin with, but for him to say, "Hey, let's compare Jordan and Harden," like
And then
that's
after
absolutely redonkulous.
pull up Jordan's points average and Harden's average. Because okay, what is the point of being a better scorer if you can't get your team to win? Like what is the point of playing in the National Basketball Association?
Well, I think, and I'm just shooting from the hip here, money. Because I think Harden made roughly $40 million this year playing basketball.
But as the GM, don't you want your team to win?
If I'm the GM, typically GM jobs, regardless of the sport, your ability to keep that job hinges on your ability to put a winning team together, not a high-scoring individual. Typically, that's just the norm. Now, the Cowboys, it's a little bit different. And so in order to keep that job, you just have to have been birthed into the right family, and then you're fine. It doesn't matter what happens. You have a job forever.
It's like being born in the royal family,
Kind of like that, except
but probably more money.
probably more lucrative than that,
Yeah.
if I was guessing,
All right.
which
Stat
I
guy.
am.
We got 30.1 points for Michael Jordan and 24.3 for James Harden.
So first off, Michael Jordan averaged more points.
How the heck are you getting that many different zoomed-in angles off of one camera?
What happened?
Hey, what did I tell you earlier?
Hollywood. How did you do that?
It's movie magic, baby.
I am legitimately impressed right now that you can do that with that camera not moving.
Do it again. Bet you can't. Oh,
You
whoa,
just
that's
did
me.
it. Just did it.
You were
Well,
wrong.
it-
Hey, idiot.
You capture them all. It's
Oh, there he is.
Hey, welcome to the Bush League Sports Show. We are the best show that actually just flips camera views the entire time, and it's all working with one camera. So watch the movie magic. Get your popcorn. Here we go. Okay, I guess not. Okay. Dear goodness.
That was a movie magic.
Rookies vote against Zion for best season. I didn't see this, so I don't know what this is.
So the NBA rookies, I guess the Players Association or the press, whatever, sent a ballot out to all the rookies. It's like, okay, which rookie do you think is going to have the best season? And it wasn't Zion that they voted for.
Oh, well, that's too bad. You know why?
But of course, that made news.
Because we talk about everything that Zion does, even his shoes blowing out like this. So if you didn't watch the NCAA March Madness that we had, that I won, the bracket pick'ems, don't know how that happened, but I did. I apparently know all there is to know about slot receivers and college basketball bracket choices. So this is not the only time I've won. I've won before. I can't pick an NFL winner, a sport I like, but a sport I despise.
Pretty good.
Somehow I do okay. So regardless, rookies don't think too highly of Zion. Too bad for him.
Oh, no.
Do you think he's booty hurt over that?
Probably not.
Yeah, okay.
He's making a lot of money.
Fair enough. Up next, we've got the NFL preseason week 2. This is a hot topic. 17 days till kickoff. Yes. That's less than 18. We are as close as we have been this very moment to the season starting than ever before in the existence of mankind.
Except for right now.
And now we're closer. And it's the anticipation is building and building and building. AB is still upset about helmets. I said this last week, though. I bagged on him, and then I saw the first episode of Hard Knocks that they're filming in Oakland with the Raiders. And they filmed a segment or a piece of that show, and he's at home swimming with his kids. And I was like, this guy looks like a really cool dad. Like, not like, ooh, he's a cool dad, he's not a dad. He looks like a guy that, like, man, I care about my kids, I love my kids, and he's, like, engaged in there and being a father and all that kind of stuff. And it's one of those, I felt bad. I genuinely was like, man, I kind of bagged on him about a helmet, and...
Uh-huh.
Chase Cross says hello.
What's up, Chase? I just wanted to say that I felt bad in that moment.
Oh.
But...
well, that's fine. I don't feel bad for him, especially after what he did this weekend. He kind of went off. So he essentially was sent away from practice because he tried to wear his old helmet on Sunday.
Wait, he showed up with the old helmet?
Yep.
That's funny.
Was it still painted?
It sounds like something I would do.
I don't know. And then he sent on a tweet because some other Twitter account was talking about how dumb the rule is that AB can't wear that helmet, and AB then he retweeted it with the caption, he used a profanity about talking what the NFL actually stands for, and basically equating he was calling the NFL prejudice against is either him or black people in general for the helmet ruling.
Gasp. I can see it.
Okay. Which is just very interesting. First off, like again, this wasn't a rule made for him. This was a rule in general that is
across the board, everybody.
Across the board, and it's for safety. So I'm going to go into doctor mode here. I have dogged on the NFL for a long time for not caring about player safety.
You have, pretty harshly.
Especially when it comes to concussions. And here the NFL is hiring an outside company to certify these helmets and saying, we want you to independently test them and tell us which helmets provide the most support and protection for our players. And they said, okay, we're going to take all these helmets, all these brands, send your helmets in, we're going to test them. And they came up with the 35 or 36 best helmets so far. They're still testing other helmets,
right?
But these are the ones they say these are the only ones we can certify at this time. So a lot of players, and they knew this over a year in advance that this was going to be happening, and the players had gotten letters essentially saying like, hey, your helmet as of next year will no longer be allowed. So a lot of players had to adapt to new helmets come the first day of practice this year. Tom Brady is one of them. Aaron Rodgers, the old donkey, actually had the exact same helmet as AB.
Oh.
And now has a new helmet because it's the rule.
And he likes his head.
Most people should like their head.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And sometimes you have to follow the rules to play.
And again, it wasn't a rule made for one specific person. And so now, even after the ruling came out and AB had gone to an arbitrator and tried to get this taken care of and they didn't rule in his favor, he's still upset about it and saying that the NFL is basically a bunch of slave owners. And so so it was this morning on First Take was great because all three people on there, which was Stephen A., Ryan Clark, and Marcus Spears, all saying, "Hey, idiot."
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Yeah.
Wait, what were they like, Blake?
They were, "Hey, idiot."
That's pretty brutal for First Take. But we were texting earlier today, and I said we don't push hot buttons here. We just don't, because this show's for laughter.
We like our buttons fairly cold to room temperature.
Yes, the only buttons that are hot around here, there's only one. There's only one, and if you missed the show last week,
the button's warming up right now.
Yeah, we gotta. We're gonna show you in a minute the only hot button that we push around here.
We like our buttons like we like our cuts, right, Produce?
Yeah,
cold.
Right.
But
Exactly.
at the same time, this comment has been made before in reference to the NFL and the owners by AP. Oddly enough, you got an AP and an AB, but
it's pretty warm in here.
So there's the right nipple is the only hot button that we push here. So it's a fun one to use.
So dumb.
Also is the whole show. So the whole point, HOLEPOINTE, is dumb. We have been banking off of dumbness for the last 15 years for our entertainment. Regardless, so that's a hard statement to make because, one, you're choosing as a player to play. You're choosing to sign the contract for millions and, again, not a hot button. And at the same time, I don't know that if you were able to go back in time and interview, or now, like human slavery is at an all-time high, if you were to interview somebody, hey, do you feel like these two situations equate, that the answer would be yes.
That's exactly it.
I think
the whole situation is being overblown, particularly by one person.
Yeah,
he's upset about his helmet, and I don't want to tell somebody just to get over it, but honestly, like,
Just get
get
over
over
it.
it.
the owner.
You got to move on. It was the GM that came out today and
Was it
said
the GM?
either be all in or be all out.
Yeah, he's like,
He's
done
like,
with this.
we've
I'm tired of
exhausted
it."
all options.
Yeah,
Like either you're in or you're out. Like
Yeah.
show up or don't.
yeah. Pick a helmet or let's go.
Yeah, because I think this is a battle not worth fighting. There's a lot of battles in the NFL worth fighting.
This isn't it.
No, just wear a dang
Yeah.
helmet
So
that is approved.
we are hoping that AB makes it back on the field soon, and that would be fun.
It's gonna really mess up with fantasy football. Because we're getting to a point we don't know if AB's gonna play or Zeke or
Le'Veon.
Le'Veon's playing.
Yeah.
Melvin.
We'll see.
Oh, he's gonna play. He's just not gonna be good.
To be fair, it does not
To
mess
be
up
fair.
my fantasy at all.
That's true.
0%.
Yeah, the entire Arizona Cardinal team is completely unaffected by
Yep.
all of these,
By all of this stuff.
all these events.
So I'm good.
So Jerry Jones apparently tells a funny joke this week. They said, "How do you feel like the team is doing without Zeke?" And he responded with, "Zeke who?" Funny, Jerry, funny. However, I think there's always a little bit of truth to any joke, especially if Jerry tells it. I think Jerry will let him walk. I think he'll let him sit, and I think he'll let him sit again, and I think he'll move on with life with Tony Pollard.
Well, you heard Zeke was pretty booty hurt over that comment, right?
I have no doubt that Zeke was booty hurt when he said Zeke who. I think Jerry probably called him and said, hey, it was a joke, and I think he was still probably mad. And
I thought it was kind of funny.
What are you gonna do? I think
Ish.
I think they should pay him, and at the same time, they're not going to. And this is more of an issue. I think this is more of a legitimate issue than AB's problem with a helmet.
Yes.
So,
yeah. The running back situation in the NFL needs to be addressed. That
Absolutely.
Yeah. That
Needs
is
to be
that
addressed.
is actually an important situation because they are
Agreed.
getting run down and underpaid, relatively speaking.
They're being overused in the younger years and then not paid in the prime of their careers, and
Yes.
then they're gone. And
Yeah.
so the NFL owners have now been able to find, it's not a loophole, they have created an environment to not have to pay a guy for his services.
Yep.
Who is the most punished of the skill position guys? Like physically, he's going to get
Correct.
hit more than anyone else by bigger guys on a consistent basis than anyone else that touches the ball. And that sucks.
Yeah.
So pay the man, Jerry, and stop telling booty hurt jokes about him. Or we're going to start saying Jerry who?
Jones.
Oh, yeah, him. So we're all going to get T-shirts that say vote for Zeke.
I will
Who would
not-
you rather
why?
have?
I will
Would you
not be
rather
in
have
those.
What?
Zeke? Would you rather have Zeke running for the Cowboys or Jerry owning the team?
Zeke running for the Cowboys.
Agreed.
Jerry running for the Cowboys?
That would be some quality
I would-
entertainment.
You know what? It probably ran through Jerry's mind at one point.
Guys, I'm going in.
Lucas Biggs says underpaid is relative, smiley face.
Oh, yes. Yeah. It's relative to the NFL.
To the NFL. They're paid less than most skill position guys now, and they're still carrying the ball a lot. They're saying they're not as important, but they're giving them the ball more.
Yeah.
That's hard to rationalize. Hey, the running back position is not that important. How many times did he touch the ball? 400 plus. Okay. Huh? Did anyone else touch the ball more than them? The quarterback.
Yeah.
Every
The
play.
issue then lies in with the specific running backs. That's where the disconnect is. And Jerry kind of made this point. It really, and we talked about this, was it last week? That it doesn't really matter who the running back is. But you need a running back, and you should
Depending
pay them.
on the team.
Depending on the team. If you're the Patriots, doesn't matter who you have. You're gonna win a Super
Yeah,
Bowl.
it does not matter. If you're the Steelers, it doesn't matter who your running back is.
Yeah.
They're going to run the ball well. That's what they do.
It just matters that you got rid of Antonio Brown.
Yeah, I guess.
For the Cardinals, it doesn't matter who your running back is because the O-line's not going to block for him anyway.
Yeah, it's not going to go well.
Because they're gonna go 3-13.
So it's just how it is. The Browns ended up trading off. They have Chubb. They have Hunt.
Sorry,
They got rid of the other one. The other one that was mad, that was like, no, trade me. And they said, no, we're not going to. They finally traded him to the Texans. What's his name? I can't remember. Good running back. Whatever.
I do not know.
Moving on. Murray struggles in his second appearance. He had a lights-out appearance the first preseason game. He went like 6 for 6, looked really good. Game 2 looked really bad.
Duke Johnson.
There it is, Duke Johnson. Thank you.
So I obviously didn't watch
Thoughts?
it because it's preseason.
Yeah.
Jeff
Who
Mulkey
cares?
says Bush League Sports Show is better than Zeke.
Ouch.
We are underpaid.
We are underpaid.
We are not paid.
Oh yeah,
That's underpaid. Just FYI.
just throwing.
So share
just
the
throwing
show.
things out there.
Yeah, share the show,
Push
like the,
the
show,
bush.
push the bush, comment, all those great things. It just so y'all will know, the last 8 months, the first 8 months of the show, we netted or grossed. Which one's which?
Gross is everything that came in. Net is what's left over.
Okay, we grossed 28 cents the first 8 months of the show. The second
Grossed.
grossed. So that doesn't include mics, TVs, tables, time, effort, licorice, beer, all those kinds of things. It doesn't include that stuff. The next 8 months, check this out. If you have a business trajectory and you're putting up a board and you're showing the growth rate of monetary gain to a board or anybody you're sales pitching, we made 16 times more the second 8 months than we did the first 8 months. We brought in $4 the second 8 months. And so
We did?
we went from 28 cents to $4. I mean, that's a significant shift percentage-wise.
And we base
That
things
was
off percentages.
Huge growth.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think we should start presenting that to corporations.
If we do
But-
that again, if you were to take 4 times 16,
That's a number.
That's
that's
64.
like $64.
Oh.
Like that is a splittable meal
Almost.
at Fuzzy's.
Oh yes, that's a lot of tacos. Especially if we go on a Tuesday,
Yeah.
Or we go to Chick-fil-A and maybe get some.
so we can get a family nuggets. We can get a nugget tray.
Jeff Mulkey, who likes licorice? WTH is this 1876? What's wrong with you?
I love licorice.
What? Are you kidding me right now? It's the 21st century. Have you not walked by any store candy aisle and seen Australian licorice?
Oh, sorry, Jeff. Do you not like flavor?
Oh. Golly molly. Guy owns a Chick-fil-A and thinks he can say whatever he wants about everybody else's food. Moving on.
As
Can't-
long
you
as
can't- you
as long as he says my pleasure after it.
Yeah.
You can't.
My pleasure.
You can't spell Chick-fil-A without licorice. Don't think about that.
I won't. I won't.
Just take
didn't.
it at face value.
I will accept it and move on. Thank you.
So back to
Lucas
preseason
Big
football.
says Fuzzies is awful. Go to Torchies.
Nah, but also yes.
I can get on board with that, actually.
I'll receive that as well. Thank you.
Face value right there.
That's right. So, of course, with having Cliff Kingsbury and Kyler Murray on the same team, I mean, you can kind of guess what the offense is going to look like, right? Just ain't gonna be
Best offense ever.
So
We love you too, Jeff.
during the series that Kyler Murray was in, they had two false starts caused by Murray
By him, yeah, because of clap snap. that
because they
messed
are
up.
clap snapping.
The clap snap is the coolest snap, but at times if you get upset and clap, they snap you the ball. Because he clapped, and then was like and then he got upset and he goes like this, and they. Anyways, it's kind of funny. You got to practice the snap. It's the NFL is a whole new level. It's a whole new game, and so sometimes the snap is difficult to get down. It's hard.
You know, there's a reason nobody in the NFL does this.
Well, Cliff brought it.
Because they don't want to win a Super Bowl like the Cardinals do and will.
You don't like that?
I feel like by the end
Blake,
of the
as
game,
a
you're
former
hate-
center, you don't like
Pretty
that?
stupid.
No, don't clap at me. I'm not a dog. Like, come on. Get over here. Come on.
I actually hate it now. I used to love
Now-
it. I now hate it.
Now, if I was a center and I got a come here, boy, I'd be down with that.
Hey,
yeah.
give me the ball. Hey,
That's what it's like.
ball me.
Talking down to me.
Hey, bear me a ball. Yeah, fair enough. So
we used to have the thigh slap. It was on 3 slaps because that made sense.
that was a snap.
yes.
at Cormdale.
Yeah.
All right, whatever.
I feel like my hands would hurt at the end of a
I
game.
feel like
of
my thigh would hurt.
clapping.
Well, you wear pads.
Yeah, you got thigh pads.
I'd be better with the tush. All right, guys, we're going on 5 tush slaps.
Was that a tush or a thigh? I don't know. I can't tell the difference.
Yeah,
We're doing 3 tush, 2 thigh.
and
Ready, break.
and a knee raise.
Stephanie Hawkins on just joined us.
This is basically turning into
What's up, Steph?
into like stealing home.
All right, I'm gonna give you 3 fake signs, but as soon as I cross my chest, then I'm going with the double tush, 1 thigh, knee raise, snap it out, clap. We're gonna go in motion. I'm gonna fanny pat the running back, move him over, knee, clap, 2 shakes, a chicken wing, snap the ball.
Then on go.
Say what?
We're not going till we say hot.
Stephanie Wright
Ready,
said
break.
She got here at the wrong time. Lots of tush slaps.
clearly.
I don't understand.
Sorry, Steph. Our bad.
It is not my bad. I just fully them.
I
Fully
predict-
they're bad.
I predicted this weeks ago, and I think it's going to come to fruition. This college style offense is not going to go well in the NFL.
Until we win the Super Bowl this year.
All right.
I don't agree.
With me or
However,
Stat Guy?
Hey, with the stat guy.
Okay.
Look up. I want you to Google image search. how did I find it?
I do not know.
So this is like legit sad moment. Cedric Benson passed
yes.
away
Mhm.
on Saturday evening in a motorcycle accident in Austin, Texas. Moment of silence for him. Was a phenomenal running back at Midland Lee. He won the state championship in 98 and 99. Search Cedric Benson 1999. This is how I found this. So do Google search and images. Dude was phenomenal at Midland Lee. Ran the table 2 years in a row. Won state at the 5A level. Then went to UT. Had a great career. Was drafted number 4. I didn't realize this. Number 4 in 2005 by the Bears. Had successful years with the Bengals and then ended his career with the Green Bay Packers. Go back down and click on, go to the top. Click on the one that has him at Midland Lee on the magazine cover. He's running. Go down a little bit. That one right there, the Texas football edition. And then that should have opened up a group of images for you because it gave me other ones and it shows, what is that? Cliff Kingsbury was he was on one of those, on whatever that guy's name is that used to do that magazine. Cliff was on one, still in his Tech uniform, breaking a record that year.
Huh?
There should have been a series of them. I can't remember what year it was. It was either 90.
There's a series underneath it right here.
Keep going. Kingsbury was a 1999 grad and went to Tech. I don't remember where he's from. East Texas, maybe?
Oh.
I think Cliff is the one. We had a running back at Emerald High that had a scholarship offer from Tech, and they pulled it and gave it to a quarterback. I think they gave it to Cliff, but I'm not sure. And then that guy ended up walking on. And
Basically, Cliff had pulled to him what he did to Baker. Almost.
Well, Baker was successful. Cliff was not.
All right, good point.
No, Trish Purdue, quick shout out. Come on, guys, put the joking aside. What's going to happen?
Arizona's not going to win the Super Bowl.
Arizona's not going to win. I say the Browns are going to win the Super Bowl.
Nope.
Blake disagrees, and that's okay. I jumped on the bandwagon. And I'm good
Browns,
with
Cardinals, Super Bowl.
The brown wagon.
that. The brown wagon that has a red bird playing in the game. Who do you think's going to win?
He's a Cowboys fan. Who do you think is going to win?
Not the Cowboys.
He's a realistic Cowboys
Yeah.
fan.
Those don't exist.
I'm a Cowboy fan, but we suck again.
Oh no, we suck again.
8-8.
Quality.
Or one standard deviation on either
is it
side.
this one?
Yeah.
We're either going to go 9-7 or 7-9.
No, he's in like a helmet.
That's all.
There were
that's all
four-
Leachy.
There were 4 guys breaking records that year. Emmitt Smith was still playing. Kingsbury was playing. There was a quarterback I've never heard of that was like the most explosive quarterback of ever in high school. It was like, apparently not, because nobody remembers his name.
That's
Did
always. I like going back and finding those lists.
Oh, yeah. Did you see that meme the other day that had Brad Pitt and Troy, and he was putting his helmet on? And the meme said, "My wife won't let me turn my garage into a gym." And then it said, "That's why no one will remember your name." It's pretty legit funny.
No, I didn't.
I sent it to Ryan. She laughed.
because she won't let you have a gym.
Yeah.
Just as a crooked TV in the
Here's,
garage.
I realized this. Bunk. I hung a TV in the garage, and when you look in the garage, it looks crooked. So I'm gonna hang a level on that TV.
Shows.
At one
people
point,
like-
you just had that level on top of
No,
it.
I did. I put the level in there, but it fell off,
Oh.
and so
Because it wasn't level.
no, it was
Then
a
why
magnet
did
on
it
there, and the
fall?
magnet fell.
Well, that's
I don't
that's
know.
less funny
Somebody
than.
shut a door.
Listen, I finally made a funny joke here, and you just
Nobody laughed because it wasn't funny, Doctor.
No, it's pretty funny.
What was the joke?
You said,
Oh, it wasn't level.
yeah. You're like, I put a level on there, but it fell off.
That was kind of witty.
Yeah,
Eh,
produce liked it.
fair enough.
So
I gave it a ha-ha.
Yeah. if I can make produce even fake laugh, then
Then that was a win.
yeah.
Okay, I'll give it to you. That's a win. That's one tee shot you've hit the correct direction.
Yes.
Now
Forward.
Now you gotta get it in the hole.
Now we're moving,
Mm.
really moving. You still searching for that thing over there?
Yeah.
Just
I
moved
kinda
on with
I
life?
gave up.
That's
yeah.
fine.
It's
Not a big deal.
showing up.
Went to Top
Whatever.
Golf for my bachelor party last weekend. Oops.
Did you get invited?
He doesn't like me.
That's not true.
I know. No, I didn't get invited. I'm not part of the bachelor party.
Go ahead, tell us about it.
Oh, just that.
As Case cries.
The majority of the time, I actually hit it forward. So, improvement. Yay.
Dang.
Participation
The
trophy.
tension.
There's
on
your
this
award.
on this camera angle right now.
How did we not get invited to this?
It was a very small group.
Produce, count the people in the room. Count them now.
1, 2, 3,
Too many to count.
4.
Okay.
Yes, I'm a person.
Who made it? Who made the list? I think Zeke was booty hurt.
Hashtag jealous.
Someone's button is getting hot.
Well,
Okay.
There it is.
For a minute-
Always ready.
For a minute, the button just tickled me. It didn't explode yet.
oh dear. Hey, my boy Chase Appleby brought up,
What's up, Chase? Did he make the list?
Oh, what up, Casey
No.
Bumpus?
asked if 9-7 will win the NFC East. There's a good chance that will, because the Giants are going to be terrible because they're the Giants.
Because they just said it would be amazing if Eli made it the whole season starting.
And our first round quarterback never played. Oh yeah, I said this morning. One of my patients is a Giants fan, and I was like, what a waste of a draft pick. What an absolute waste. 6 overall, and you're like, we're not going to start you, and we hope you don't play.
The only 2 times a top 10 quarterback pick has not started every single game possible.
Who's killing the Rams?
Yeah.
Goff.
So Jared Goff,
And that was a mistake.
his coach, was fired halfway through the season. Baker Mayfield, Hugh Jackson, was fired halfway through the season. I'm putting this on the table. If you pick a quarterback 10 or higher, you're choosing to start them.
That's why you should pick a quarterback that high. So this is the issue with the draft. Is there's idiots. Put the camera on me. Hey, idiot.
Camera me.
Beer me a camera, idiot.
It makes zero sense. And first off, if you have a good quarterback, you're probably not drafting that high. So there's no
Agreed.
need for that. So there's a lot of other great positions out there that you could have drafted if you were happy with your quarterback.
Ooh, here's a thought.
Position.
You got a running back last year at number 2. Maybe get an offensive lineman.
And now you're talking crazy.
Yeah, that's not flashy.
Because
enough.
here's the deal.
I know it's not sexy.
Daniel Jones.
They win games.
First off, Daniel Jones would have been. The Giants had 3 first-round picks. 3. Daniel Jones was gonna be there at least the end of the first round, if not the second round, because nobody else wanted him. He wasn't high on the draft list, and they're like, "Oh no, people are gonna get him. We had to get him at number 6." No, you did not. No.
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 They didn't look at any mock drafts. Not that those are right, but still.
At least look at who is the top players on the board.
Or in America. Or the world. Maybe check the soccer list.
And Daniel Jones wasn't on there.
Got some good kickers from soccer.
Yeah. Girls rugby. Is there anybody there?
They can hit.
All that to say, the Giants, terrible. Redskins, also terrible. Because I think they pretty much chose Dwayne to be their starting quarterback. Right?
Yes.
It's like Coy.
Yeah.
McCoy's not going to be starting.
No.
So-
And Dwayne is he's 1 for 9 lifetime. Something like that. As a starter. I think he's won 7 games. He's lost 28.
Dwayne Haskins is a rookie.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm talking about somebody else. My bad. It's the guy they brought in last year.
Dwayne Haskins was who the
I
Giants
totally-
should have
I
drafted.
totally forgot that they picked him up.
Yeah.
My bad. I forgot he was playing football.
He plays football?
Oops.
Well, that's because he plays for Washington, and
I don't think he translates. I think he translates about as well as the old cat down in Tampa does. And it ain't working. So
the only real problem we as the Cowboys, I am not part of the team, but I'm gonna say we, because
again, if
root
you're
for them.
wondering, none of us will suit up this season.
Correct.
None of us will play.
Uh-huh.
Again, whoever it was that accused us of being Rams, we're not. We live in Dallas. We don't play in L.A. We never have. I've been there. I like the pancakes. Never played football for the Rams. Not one time. Never been asked. Never met Sean McVay. Nothing. Same with the Cowboys. Been on the field before. Never played. Not once. Jerry never called. I offered. I did. We needed a holder. I offered. He didn't call.
Lucas brought up a good point. My bad. Case Keenum will be the starter for Washington.
You don't know jack crap.
I know.
It's Washington. Who cares?
I at least knew who Dwayne Haskins was.
Good. Lucas, hats off to you, man, for knowing about some obscure team.
Regardless, yeah, Washington's
Like
bad.
a team in the division.
Washington is bad. So
Bad.
Philadelphia is the
Real
only
bad.
threat to the Cowboys in the NFC
Yeah,
East.
except they got rid of their quarterback.
And they paid Carson Wentz a lot of money. They basically filled a wheelbarrow full of money and said, "Here you go."
Yeah, if anybody should use the tush, slap, snap, it should be Wentz.
But he'll probably break his hip if he does that.
That's whenever we want to talk about Carson Wentz, this is how we're going to start that segment. Just for fun. so y'all will know. Yeah.
I don't think Philadelphia is going to take Dallas. Well, it depends on if Zeke's on the field.
Okay, so Lucas Biggs presented a question. Does Bruce Arians transform Winston? No,
No.
not at all.
And I like
That's
Arians.
bad.
I think he's a good coach. I don't see Winston being the answer.
Winston's not the answer, and I think he's proved that more than one time. And I think they are going to struggle until they go ahead and draft somebody in the first round again and start over.
Or get Fitzpatrick again.
Yeah, but he's going to go play. Where is Fitzmagic playing at?
He's in Miami.
Thank you.
Him and Rosen are
yeah.
fighting for the
And
starting
he's
job.
winning. Again, Josh Rosen, my favorite.
What number team will this be for Fitzpatrick to be probably be the starter for? 32? All 32 teams?
Oh,
That should be his goal, is to try
play
to
for
start
every single team.
to start a game for every single team.
That's
he's on his 8th.
Oh,
How many
well,
has
that's
he? How
close.
many has he started for though? That's what
8.
I don't.
Probably 8.
I don't know if he started for. I don't know if he started for the Rams or not.
I think he did.
But I know he has set the record for the most starts
On different teams.
On different teams.
Yeah, that's a solid record.
Look at that.
If you're gonna be mediocre, at least do it with some flair.
Game started. GS.
3 for St. Louis.
Okay.
Cincinnati, Buffalo. Yeah, all of them.
Okay, so
He started for every team he's played on.
If
So
you're
7
gonna be,
so far, and if he starts for Miami,
It'll be 8.
it'll be 8.
if you're gonna be a mediocre borderline, maybe a starter, but just can't quite make the jump, be the best one.
And have a awesome beard.
And he does it well. How many mediocre quarterbacks do we get excited about? One. And you know why? Because he has a cool beard.
He's probably going to be the best coach ever when he's done after all these offenses he's learned.
Rodgers could learn something about this guy in terms of marketing likability.
That is very true. That is very true.
I'm just saying, I don't think Rodgers cares, but if he did, take some notes. Get a journal, schedule a lunch, take some notes. Don't say anything.
I also have a conspiracy theory about the Packers and their desire to get a young coach, because it's going to be easy to blame the young coach when they suck again this year.
Yeah.
And they're not going to blame it on Rodgers.
I'll coach.
I have a conspiracy theory. And it has to do with the fact that when Pepper got engaged, I didn't find out till later. He texted me and said, "Do you still do marriage counseling?" And I said, "Is this how you're asking me?" And he said, "No, yeah." I then found out that you had a girlfriend like 3 months into it. I then found out that you didn't have one 3 months later. I then found out that you did have one 3 months after the fact. And then this happens. And the one that hurt most of all was from Stat Guy.
What?
Who I think I saw your engagement on Facebook. And then Stat Guys I found out from someone else who saw on Facebook.
He's not engaged.
No, that he had a girlfriend. It just there's the only guy on the show who
I told you.
No, you did not.
Yeah, it was before our show one time. You just weren't listening.
False.
Yeah, you were going to the bathroom.
I don't think he was. Maybe he wasn't even here yet.
I
I do remember that though.
right now.
Yeah, see, thank you.
I am.
Thank you.
I am trying to say that you're my only real friend on the show.
Yeah, now
Hey,
he's not
and-
because he's on my
and-
side.
Hey, if I can ever make something happen, Captain, I'll let you know first.
How did we get from?
So this is what I
got you.
where are you going with this?
I even tried to get dinner with you guys.
you said. You said conspiracy theory,
Uh-huh.
to which I responded with.
It's a little cut off.
Yeah, a little delayed. It's fine. There's a connection. Yeah. Sometimes you
I hit it a lot of times.
gotta hit it a couple times for it to get going. So I felt like we didn't wrap that part of the show, that segment, and so I wanted to go back just to finalize, put a bow on it, and then move on. I'm done. I can move on now. Thank you.
I got really lost in that.
There's a lot of sauce to get lost.
I got blamed in there. I did good.
You did not.
No, you did not.
You did not.
None of us knew you were even seeing
None
anybody.
of us. Yeah. It was.
Remember, we don't like each other.
You know what? I forgot.
That's true.
My bad. You're right.
There is a reason for you.
Although you should have heard my response when he told me he was going to be a student teacher.
What was your response?
Rude.
You? And then I asked what, and he said biology, and I said, Stat Guy?
He's actually smart. Y'all didn't know. It happens.
He said
I don't have
he
to look
told-
everything up in biology, just most things.
just the majority.
Sports, I have to
Wait.
look everything up.
However, when my first job after college, like legitimately, I was working for a plumbing company, and then I graduated and took a job as a teacher at a small school in Cedar Hill. No, a lie. Duncanville. Excuse me. Small school in Duncanville next to Cedar Hill, but still. And they made me. They were hurting for teachers. I had a biblical studies
They
degree,
always are.
and they hired me to teach science.
Oh, dear.
Yeah, in 7th and 8th grade, and then 9th grade, they wanted me to teach biology. Okay, that's a bad idea. I cheated my sophomore year all the way through biology, and that's how I graduated high school. And so I knew nothing about biology. I don't know if I can get in trouble for saying that out loud or not.
I think it's too late.
My diploma may be revoked here in a minute. Regardless, I was like, are you kidding me right now? So they ended up getting another teacher. I didn't have to teach it. However, we had a kid transfer in that year, and they would, anytime a kid transferred in, they would hold him back a year. And so he came in, and he was
They
a
weren't
sophomore.
accredited.
And so he came in, they're like, no, you got to be a freshman. And so I asked the principal one day, I was like, why do y'all keep doing that? And he goes, he came from the public school. He came from Duncanville High. And he said, our teachers are so much better, and our curriculum is so much harder than what he's experienced. And so when they come here, they're behind. And so we have to hold them back to catch them up. And I'm listening. I'm 22 years old at the time. I'm teaching science,
With what degrees?
biblical studies. And I was like,
I'm confused.
I didn't say it out loud, but in my mind, I was like, you know that I'm teaching here, right?
Hey, you're up there. You're the top of the barrel.
No.
Oh, you're up there.
Barrel?
Mm-hmm.
Rogers, he's hanging on when you pick it up, like, whoa, what's up? Dig down.
Roethlisberger.
Ben
There's
Roethlisberger.
Ben. I'm tying his shoes when it comes to teaching, if we're being honest, which we are. So take that for what it's worth.
Well, here pretty soon, both Stat Guy and I will both be teachers.
because we're best friends.
Well,
What about Carson Wentz?
what do we got next? Old Wincy is going to be teaching soon enough, too, when he's standing on the sidelines with a clipboard again. Making a lot of money to do it. Baseball is still going on. If you didn't know, the season still lasts 162 games. Forever. Harper hits a Wogs. If you don't know what that is, it is a walk-off grand slam the other night. They were down by 3. Bases loaded. Ding! Sends it out to right field. Sprints around the bases. He's got some locks right now. And then he gets attacked by the team. We call it the Grammy, Slammy, Whammy, Jammy, Salami, Bammy, I think is what we called it the other day. So that's a fun update by a guy who's had a pretty crappy year for the lucrative contract that he signed, being the highest paid and then not the highest paid anymore a week later.
But his hair.
But his hair's legit still, and so hats off.
Especially to him, because
Bryce
when he takes
Harper.
his hat off.
I'm not taking mine off when we're talking about Bryce's hair, because if anybody looks like Brad Pitt from Troy, it's Bryce Harper.
Good hair.
So, Little League World Series, Hawaii was competing the other day and was up on another team from the U.S., and then they're in a rain delay, so they're going to resume in the 5th inning tomorrow, I think.
I believe so.
So,
There was an exciting game today between Venezuela and Mexico.
real nail biter.
Actually, it was.
I was adding commentary.
Oh, did you watch it?
I did not.
So
Right.
at one point, I believe it was either the 3rd or 4th inning, Mexico was up 7-3,
Okay.
and in the bottom of the 5th, Venezuela comes back to go up 7-8.
Grand Slammy, Wogs,
No,
Jammy.
just
Hammy,
just
Banana.
good old base hits.
Okay. So, actually, baseball.
Yeah, actual baseball. And then there was a bad throw from the infield or from the
yeah.
outfield in, and that's how Venezuela got their eighth run across and
That'll get you.
ended up winning the game. But it was actually a very exciting game to watch. Mexico's pitcher, I don't know what that kid's name is, who was in for a while. He was throwing some.
Was he throwing
buttes.
some gas?
He was throwing some gas. He was throwing some cheese.
You throwing the chair?
Some GNC.
Yeah,
I didn't get
gas
that
and
right.
cheddar.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Gas, cheddar, and chair?
Got to throw him a chair.
GNCCs. It's like
GNCC.
it's like BCAs, but it's GNCCs.
GNCC.
Like the pizza place.
Gas, cheddar, chairs.
Gas cheddar chair.
If
Hmm.
if you're not throwing gas and you're not throwing cheddar and you're not throwing the chair, you're not throwing anything.
You might as well be sitting on the
You
bench.
might as well take your glove off and go sit in the dugout. So, just a word to you, all you young kids out there playing baseball for fun. The game's for fun.
Hey man,
It's a game.
let the kids play.
Let them play. Let them play, ref. Let the kids play.
That's actually a cool rule they have in the Little League World Series where it's mandatory play. So in the game, like every kid has to play.
I hate that rule.
But I think they only have to put like
Same.
12 people on the roster.
I absolutely hate that rule. You know why I hate that rule? Because there are kids that are playing that their dad wants them to play. The kid doesn't want to play.
Yeah, but if you make it all the way there, you're probably
Little
pretty
League
good.
World Series.
Yeah, like you're
Okay,
representing
yeah.
your country.
That level I'm fine with. That's
Yeah.
great. They're all legit. They can all play. If you're there, you can ball, no doubt.
Yeah.
But that rule is a universal rule across the board.
Oh yeah, that's dumb. Yeah,
That's actually a lie. In select ball, that rule goes away.
I'm kind of with you there. I don't really support that. Not every kid should be able to play. If it really comes down to you got to be good enough. That's life. That's life lessons.
Life lessons are,
Sheesh.
it comes down to, our head coach was saying this the other day, talking about the way that how we funnel football from a middle school to varsity level and our thought process that drives that. And when you hit the high school level, your time on the field is 100% performance-based. It's not daddy, it's not money, it's not even how hard did you work in the weight room in the off season. If it doesn't translate, you don't play. And when we're looking, like when we play ball in the summer and we stick a second baseman out there who literally, it's like, kid's going to get hurt because he's waving his glove around and he like, in the eye. It's like, it's unsafe. And then the kids that actually do work, that get out in the front yard throughout the off season, and they're throwing and they're catching and they're working on their craft that they understand right now. Fair's not a word because I don't think fair exists, but at the same time, they're earning it and the other kid is not. And
that's why sports are important.
they're life lessons.
They are life lessons, and that's why I do like team sports so much too.
Agreed. You have to
learn how to work with other people.
Yeah, like
work. You have to work together. You develop a plan, a game plan, execute it to win.
And sometimes the people on your teams are going to hurt your feelings, and you have to be able to get over it to move forward. And so, like
we know we hurt your feelings. It wasn't a conspiracy.
Definitely was a conspiracy. You guys got all together and wrote.
Oh, I get it. I understood that one.
Now you got it?
I got that one. I still told you.
Oh, fair enough. I probably didn't listen. That's not a conspiracy. Sometimes I struggle to listen when I'm talking in a mic. Sorry. We got a sock poodle update, I think.
Yeah, I'm waiting for you to hit your other button, though.
They used to be called prairie dogs, but that won't work for double-A ball. When it's the bottom of the ninth and the game is
It's on the line.
They are the sod
Poodles, sod poodles. That's right, we're called the sod poodles. In Rowdy Town. Sod poodles. That's right, they're called the sod poodles.
So you know how I know Poop hasn't been watching our show?
He has been commenting.
Because he sent me a text the other day with a video to this. Like, have you heard this song?
Bruh.
He was at my softball game last night.
I called him out on it.
Two things I want to say. If you get a unique nickname on this show because you were a guest on the show, and then we named you on the show, and then we refer to you on a consistent basis, and then we nicknamed a camera after you, and you stop watching, you're dead to us.
Oh.
However, because of Jesus' sacrifice and redemptive work, you can be redemptioned on the show. So, Poop, we still love you. Watch the daggum show and share the thing.
But, Cage, give us a hey, idiot.
Hey, idiot. Hey, Poopville. Hey, DK. That's not you. That's not you, Poop. I feel like mine should be Hey DK when I get the mic because
Okay.
I'm ready to go.
All right, yours
You
is
know what I'm
hey,
saying?
DK. Gotcha.
You wanna practice it?
Yeah. All right. So
All right.
yeah.
Hey, DK. That's transitional work at its finest. So Hollywood is. They don't call him Hollywood because he mixes beans. He does roast them, but he don't mix them. You don't mix beans when you roast them. You don't. That's called cross-contamination with beans. You don't want to cross-contaminate beans. You want to roast them exclusively.
I think you don't really understand what you're talking about, Case.
We got the tail end of that one.
Sometimes the right nipple is.
Hey, you didn't hit it very hard. Oh, that changed the camera.
Maybe that should be the camera shot.
Oh.
Good job, Hollywood.
Way to go,
Sorry.
Hollywood. That's
My magic's
phenomenal.
wearing out.
Hey, if you're
getting
just,
late
It's getting
at
past
night.
his bedtime.
So how are the Sod Poodles doing?
I have no idea. I am out of it right now. Not because I don't like the sod poodles, but because
Football.
Football started.
legit. I can tell you how our O-line looks right now and how the outside linebackers are doing, but I have no idea what's happening in Amarillo with the sod poodles.
Stat guy's looking it up right now. Where we
Thanks for looking that up.
at? Where we at? What's going
I'm
on?
working on it.
If you are ever in Amarillo and you're there around the time a game happens,
Hey, they're first in the Texas League South, 32-24.
come on with it. Bring it on, sod poodles.
They are not very good playing away, but 17-9 at home,
It's
15-15
because
away.
they have the best home crowd. They legitimately have the best home crowd because everyone goes.
Because there's nothing else to do.
It not like everyone goes one time. Everyone goes all the time.
Because there's nothing else.
Yeah.
Oh,
there's
Frisco's
nothing else.
last in the league.
But well, until football starts, and then they all go to football games on Friday night.
When I was there and visited the game, I told you guys this. I saw more people than I've seen in a decade going back home. Like little guys I hadn't seen in 10 years. I ran into not one, multiple. Like that guy used to live down the street from me. That guy and I used to hang out every Friday night. That guy played third base on my baseball team, and he married a girl that I tried to date when I was a sixth grader. Right? Like.
Are you still upset about that?
No, I'm not. I think they made a phenomenal couple. They're really, really cool. They got married right out of high school. It was
Put a little bit.
no. No. 0. I'm good.
You can tell us.
I mean, you can tell me because I told you, but not you.
I ain't telling you jack crap ever again. Regardless, if you are in town, go to a game because the stadium's brand new, so it's super nice. If you've never met people from Amarillo, that's where they're at. Like there they are. Show up. Here we go. The people that work the concession stands every night every home game is a different organization, like a fundraiser organization. So it's not like hired employees that run concession stands. They bring people in every time to do their thing. And so it's not like a one-off. It's like they're always somebody new. But so when I'm talking to people that I know there, it was like, hey, man, what are you doing? It's like they're telling me stories about being at the game all season.
Because that's where things are happening.
And yeah, like my buddy Tyler, we called him T-Bone back in the day. T-Bone was there for his birthday, and it was a game that rained in the middle of the game, so it was a rain delay. And he ran on the field like he's watching him roll the tarp out, and he runs out on the field like I guess he had a few too many beers is what he told me, but he runs out on the field and is like, I'm gonna help. And so he picks up the tarp and he's pulling, and he looks up, and the guy that's like the leader of that team, like the manager, looks over and he goes, who's that guy? And the guy next to him goes, I think he's a fan, but we need him. And so then like as the rain's coming down, and he's like, all right. So he's just yanking on the tarp, cleaning it up. So shout out to T-Bone. Yeah. I don't know, but we need him.
If that happened anywhere else, he'd been banned.
He'd have been banned
for life.
but not Amarillo. They went with,
because they needed the help.
I don't know, but we need that guy right now. So same guy that we were camping one time in high school, and a skunk crawled in our tent at 3 a.m. So legit crawled in, ate some of our snacks, and
Well,
terrified him.
at least it didn't skunk all over the place.
He didn't skunk us, but he lived with us for a little while. My dad just commented, first sold out every game.
I don't know what that means.
Yeah, he did.
What does that mean, Dad? We're going to wait.
Nebraska's been selling out their home stadium, the Cornhuskers, for football, for like 10 years straight or something like that.
Yeah, that's pretty much like most
College.
big time football programs.
I'm going to go to the OU Houston game. It'll be my first live college football game ever.
Really?
Yeah, I'm going with my pastor. We're going September.
Is he a
whatever that day
Houston
is.
fan?
No, he's an OU fan.
Oh,
He's from Oklahoma.
that's unfortunate.
Well, it happens.
I saw that Jalen Hurts won the starting quarterback position. Like, we're all shocked.
Over Spencer?
368 consecutive sellouts.
If you've not watched, I started watching QB1 Season 3 today that has Spencer on it.
Season 3's out?
Season 3 just came out. I think it got released this week. And I was interested to see it. What's interesting is of the 9 quarterbacks right now, of the first 2 seasons, of the first 6, there's only 2 that are starters. Jake Fromm at Georgia, and then Sam, I can't remember his last name, starts at Wake Forest. That dude can ball.
Was that the white guy from season 2?
From Oceanside. As I watched that season and watched that kid play, I was like, man, he's all right. And then I went and watched video clips, his highlights from Wake Forest. He is nasty good. And not only that, a guy from season 1 went to Wake Forest, and Sam beat him out for the starting job as a true freshman and killed it as far as Wake Forest goes. So really good. But the other guys, Tate Martell didn't start. Real didn't start. The number 1 quarterback coming out of high school last year or the year before would have been season 2, went to Georgia, sat behind Jake, and then went to Ohio State where Tate Martell was, who then transferred to Miami. It's all kinds of weird mingling and transferring, and nobody's starting. So, but Jalen Hurts.
And where did Fromm
S
go?
or no S. Fromm is at Georgia and will be drafted first round this year.
Yeah.
Yes and S.
Fromm, I believe, won the starting job as well. Because he transferred, right?
No, he went to Georgia and
Who?
has played.
Oh, no. Who's the Clemson quarterback that transferred? I think he's starting.
Bryant
Yeah, I think wherever he went,
went to
I think he's starting there. I thought Georgia.
no. That's where Jake Fromm
yeah.
is. They have a
don't know.
quarterback. Where did he go?
Who are you talking about?
Bryant from Clemson left, went to
Who is not getting a championship ring?
that happens.
Kelly Bryant.
Where did he go? Crap.
Missouri Tigers.
Justin, thank you, Lucas. Lucas is better at the show than we are. It was Justin Fields. He transferred from Georgia to Ohio State. And
Yeah,
he's
that's
gonna be
what I was saying. The
Yes.
kid he was the number
Yes.
1 recruit 2018.
Yeah. He won. They announced today that he's gonna be the starter
Yes.
at Ohio State.
Okay. Which
Yeah.
is why Tate Martell left, because he was coming in.
Correct.
Didn't want to compete, which, fair enough, probably would have got beat.
Yeah.
So went to Miami. I think he's a better fit at Miami. Tate Martell has got that mentality.
The U.
Yep.
Mhm.
He's that kind of guy from what I pick up. So, which, I mean, that's what they like it there. That's what they breed. So,
He went to Mizzou.
really?
Kelly Bryant.
That's an interesting move. Y'all have anything else you want to talk about?
We should have mentioned that college football starting.
College
But-
football starting.
Eh.
You got anything?
Nope.
Yeah, I'm not even gonna ask you. Thanks for watching the show. We'll be back on next Monday night at 8:45 live on Facebook and YouTube. If you didn't catch the show or the bulk of it, you can go back and rewatch it, or you can listen on iTunes. Give us a shout, give us a like, give us the bush push. Follow us at BL Sports Show. Thanks for joining us and all your comments. We'll see you next week as we talk more preseason game through week 3, not game 3, but week 3, and all the great things that are happening in baseball and hockey and MLB and soccer and curling and cornhole and track and golf and holy moly putt-putt and cricket and racquetball and rugby. There's going to be an update on water polo. They've been playing that lately in the U.S. in pools. They put little hats on, and so it's just phenomenal. See y'all next week.